Today we're diving into a massive leak from Boruto 2 Blue Vortex chapter 25, and trust me, this one is packed with insane lore, jaw-dropping moments. Before we even get to Himawari's training, we have a touching moment with Sarada. She finally opens up to Sumire and confesses that she has feelings for Boruto. That's right, the long-awaited moment is here and it's full of emotion. But that's not all. This confession might actually explain why Sarada and Sumire are not affected by Ada's omnipotence ability. It seems like love is a powerful force, one that even surpasses mystical abilities, adding a whole new layer of depth to the story. This little detail really changes how we look at the dynamics between these characters, and it raises some big questions for the upcoming chapters. Could love really be the key to resisting powers like Ada's? The chapter then opens with Himawari meditating in her home, the same home where Boruto, Naruto, and Hinata live, but this isn't your average meditation session. Himawari is training in the Biju dimension with Kurama, learning combat tactics that push her beyond what we've ever seen. Kurama hits her with his tail, sending her flying back, and delivers a lecture that's both tough and fascinating. That's not it at all, you just don't get it. It's all chakra. Everything is possible through chakra control. You can become more than an ordinary ninja. Even though you're human, you're more like someone close to me or Jura. The point here is strictly about the combat techniques you should use. This is nothing more, nothing less. Himawari responds, frustrated but determined. None of it sinks in, even if you say that. Kurama sighs and says, "I'm tired. That's enough for today." But Himawari isn't done. She awakens from meditation and shouts, "Kurama, geez, we haven't even finished talking yet." This scene is incredible because it shows a side of Kurama we haven't seen in years. A teacher guiding a young student with patience, wisdom, and just a hint of tough love. Himawari stepping into this role as a student of the Nine Tails is something I've personally been waiting to see. The combat tactics, the chakra lessons, the mentor-student relationship, it all adds so much depth to both characters. Then we cut to Boruto, looking down at his old home where Himawari is training. He closes his eyes as if to meditate, and suddenly the scene transitions to a tense, foreboding moment. Momoshiki is seated on pillars, calm but intimidating. Momoshiki calls out to Boruto, "What's gotten in you? Coming to make contact with me on your own? Living carefree after nearly dying? I'm at the very bottom of despair, just like this, because you've somehow survived again." Boruto doesn't flinch. "You're still sulking as usual, huh?" he replies. Momoshiki's words are chilling. "When you were killed by Kawaki, I should have just abandoned you. Now that reincarnation is impossible and I can no longer control your mind, my soul has nowhere to go. With your death, I could have broken free from this curse. The only way is to disappear." But Boruto has a plan. He boldly asks, "I need to ask you something. I need you to lend me your strength this once." Momoshiki, still skeptical and bitter, responds, "Don't make me laugh. Just disappear." Boruto counters with an audacious offer. "Well, listen, of course I'm not saying it'll be for free. If you can defeat Jura, then at that time I'll give you this entire body." This moment is a brilliant callback to Naruto Part 1. Remember how Sasuke's main goal at the end of Part 1 was to give himself to Orochimaru just to obtain more power? Ikemoto is giving OG Naruto fans a nostalgic nod here, echoing those themes while letting Boruto follow a similar intense path. It's a clever way to tie Boruto's story to the original series while adding new stakes and tension. The chapter ends with Momoshiki staring directly at Boruto, leaving us hanging on what comes next. And here's where the theories start to fly. What happens if Boruto actually goes through with this deal? How will Kawaki react when he finds out that Boruto has literally offered his body to Momoshiki? Considering how Part 1 begins with Boruto fighting Kawaki amidst the destruction of Konoha, this choice could completely rewrite the timeline we know. Will Kawaki go all out to stop Boruto? Could Boruto retain any control if Momoshiki inhabits his body? The possibilities are endless. And let's not forget Himawari. Watching her train with Kurama is a dream come true. Seeing her develop combat skills, learn chakra control, and interact with Kurama in this teacher-student dynamic is something we haven't seen since Kurama was sealed in Naruto. This adds a new layer to her character and also gives longtime fans a nostalgic but fresh look at Kurama's wisdom in action. So, what do you think? If Boruto gives himself to Momoshiki, how will Kawaki react? And could this change the events we saw in Part 1? Are you as hyped as I am to see Himawari's full training with Kurama unfold? Could love really be the key to resisting powers like Ada's for Sarada and Sumire? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Boruto leaks, theories, and updates. This chapter is just the tip of the iceberg, and we've only scratched the surface of what's coming next.
I truly believe that eventually the day will come when all people will understand one another and live in harmony.
Boy, it sounds kinda complicated to me.